Okay, so this is the third video, and this is about setting up a self-latching rung. So this will be the first little piece of programming. In the previous video, what we did was we set up we introduced our I/O module, 8 digital inputs, 8 digital outputs, and we set up a few of the inputs as a start button and a stop button, and we set up an output as motor 1. So we're going to start using these inputs and outputs within the PLC program. So go to the first tab along, double click on PLC_PRG, and you're back in your programming space. So the options we have for programming here are: we could add a normally open contact, a normally closed contact, and we can do parallel contacts, normally open and normally closed. So those are the standard inputs. The outputs are a coil, a set coil, and a reset coil. And previously we've discussed all of these and how potentially you could use them. So let's have a look at the self-latching rung. I'm going to click down on the first rung, and I'm going to add a normally open contact. And that normally open contact, if you highlight the question marks, press F2, you can add a global variable. Go to global variables, and you can see the little inputs and outputs that I set up earlier. So click start button, press enter. You've now got a start button. If I click on the rung again and add a coil, highlight the question marks, press F2, and link it to motor 1. Press enter. So now this is the most basic rung possible, really, with an input and an output. If the input were pressed, the motor would come on, and if you let your finger off the start button or the input, the motor will go off again. But we want it to stay on, so if I click my cursor on the input and then add a parallel input, normally open, this gives me, starts a rung below, and this is now an OR gate. If I highlight the question marks and press F2, I can link that to motor 1. So that's the motor self-latched. So now if the start button gets pressed, the motor comes on, this contact closes, therefore power can flow across, the contact stays closed. And to finish off the self-latching rung, I need to add a normally closed contact to break it, to break the rung. So highlight the question marks, press F2, this will be our stop button. And if I build the project at this stage, project build, I can check down in this area. I can see there's no errors and no warnings. If there were errors, they would appear in red, and you'd be able to scroll up through and check what they were. But we have no errors. So that's the first little piece of programming. Come back to the next video where we can build a little visualization and test this little piece of programming.